Hello, my sweet friends. This is Tracy. Welcome to my channel and welcome to more Valentine DIYs. I am so happy that you are here. So let's go ahead and get into the first project. For my first project, I'm going to be using one of these large foam cones I picked up at Walmart in the clearance section for $2.50. Two of the Valentine scarves that have XOXO on them, some pink Waverly chalk paint, and some pins that have a white head on them. So for my styrofoam cone, I don't want any of the green to show, so I'm just use my bubblegum chalk paint and I'm just going to give it a coat of the chalk paint. Now I am not stressing about it. I know that this cone takes quite a bit of paint, but I don't want any of the green to show, so I just messy painted the best that I can. Before I start wrapping my Valentine scarves around my cone, I want to cut off the tags because I don't want those to show. And then I have these white stick pins, or they're actual little pins that have a white little head on them that I thought would look really cute if I wanted to pin my little scarf around. And I actually hot glue my scarf at first, but then as I continue to go along, I will add some of the smaller pins. I think that it gives it a bit of texture and definition and just some fun little character once I start gluing on the little glitter balls, because I'm going to use some vase filler from Dollar Tree as well. And this is totally outside of my box here because I like the red and the pink and the white and everything for Valentine's Day, but I am a true country girl at heart. So this glam little, these projects are really having me expand and think outside the box. Now is when I figure out that I need to use some of these little white pins that have the smaller white heads on them. And I figured out that, you know what, I need to use more of those because it's kind of bulky in some places. And as as time goes on, the little scarf is going to start like sticking out. So I wasn't thinking when I first started wrapping it around, I was just hot gluing it, just trying to get it around the cone. But those pins work really nice, and I think it adds just a really cute little touch as well. So to decorate this tree, I have some of these vase filler balls from the Dollar Tree, and I just use a serrated knife and I cut them in half. They are styrofoam, so it was pretty easy to cut them in half, and then that is what I'm going to glue onto my tree to glam it up and to give it some more definition and character. I don't know how it will look. I didn't even try to see how it would look with just gluing the balls on there, but I thought that it would sit better if it had a flat surface. And so I have all of the different sizes of the little balls, and then I'm just gonna start sporadically gluing them around my tree until I get the look that I like. Dollar General has these larger foam decorations this year, and I thought this red heart would look really nice on the top of my tree. So I have just cut off however much I wanted, and then I just stuck it to the in the top. I hot glued that so that it would stay. And then these are the lights. Now, I saw these one time at the Dollar Tree. I have never seen them again because they go so fast. Anyway, but they have like little mesh and then little lights in it. So I thought that they were so cute. So I'm just going to wrap these around. I just use one strand and just wrap them around my tree. I did use a white pin to stick it into places and just stick it right there in that styrofoam, and it holds those lights very nicely. Next up is my Glam Fur Heart. Now, guys, I was really stepping out of the box on this one. I got this tinsel heart from the Dollar Tree, the one that has a little arrow on it. And also I got that fur ribbon after Christmas at Hobby Lobby. So I took the arrow off, and of course I pulled it too hard and then I broke the little frame, but that's okay because the tinsel is going to stay on there, and then I'm going to wrap the fur ribbon around it and everything is going to be good. Anyway, so I just cut 4 inches of the fur ribbon off of the roll, and then I just hot glue it around this tinsel. This was my first time to work with this fur ribbon, and by cutting it this way, just with my little rotary cutter, it actually is going to fray a lot once I start working with it and wrapping it around the tinsel heart. And so if that doesn't bother you, but I just want to give you that tip, maybe cut it with an X-Acto knife, just the backing, just cut the backing with an X-Acto knife or a blade instead of cutting the actual fur, because that is what shed. It shed a lot, and I had to keep wiping off the little white fur, but lesson learned. Anyway, so now I'm just going around the wreath, and I will just continue just cutting 4-inch strips and just gluing it until I get all of the tinsel covered. For the middle of my fur heart, I'm using this wooden heart from Dollar Tree, just painting the edges with some black paint. Then this scrapbook paper is from Hobby Lobby, and I have my heart I'm putting on the front because I want to capture this those exact black lines. So I just take my black Sharpie marker, I just trace around it, and then I cut it out with my scissors. And then this gives me exactly the section of the scrapbook paper that I want to use to Mod Podge onto my heart. A little tip that a viewer shared with me, I'll pass it along to you, and it works great, is that if you let your bottom layer of Mod Podge completely dry before you put a top coat of Mod Podge over the scrapbook paper or whatever you're Mod Podging, it will alleviate the bubbles. And I have been using this technique ever since she told me about it, and it works great. So to alleviate bubbles, make sure that your bottom layer of Mod Podge is completely dry before you put on the top coat of Mod Podge. I'm using one of these love words from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting off the jute string. I don't need that. I'm going to take off the little hangers on the back that kind come on these little signs, using my little screwdrivers for that. And then I'm going to paint the sides and the back with one coat of the black, and then I'm going to put some specialty paper on it. I have this pink glittery paper. I've had it in my stash for quite a while. I'm not quite sure which craft store I got it at, but it's usually in the specialty paper section of the craft stores, like where their scrapbooking section is. Anyway, so I just have my love letters, and I have turned them upside down so that I can, trace it out and then cut it out, and then it is going to, be on the right side of the letters. Anyway, so I'm just using my scissors for that, and the pen that I was using, I was not having, I couldn't see, so I had to put my letters back on there and then get my pencil out. And I should have done this to begin with, but I like to do things the hard way. And so then I'll just cut out these letters, and then I'm going to Mod Podge this specialty paper onto my little love letters. I'm going to put that to the side to completely dry, and then I'm going to work on my sign. Now, I've decided I wanted something that for my wreath to attach to that wasn't a big bulky sign, but yet was something enough for it to give it a little more stability. So I have this tag sign from the Dollar Tree, and it is cute already, but I'm going to use it for my little wreath. And I just take off the bow and I just sand off all of the glitter, and then I'm going to just give it 2 coats of the white chalk paint, and then I will start attaching my wreath. I want to make a swag for the top of my project, and I am going to use these flowers that I had in my craft room, my stash. A lot of them are from Walmart, or they all are from either Walmart, Hobby Lobby, or Dollar Tree. So the lamb's ear are from Hobby Lobby. The cherry blossoms are from Dollar Tree. Next, I'm layering the baby's breath, and that is from Walmart. I have 4 bunches of those. I just kind of, put it on both sides. These puffy hearts are from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just using 4 of those hearts, just putting, I try to get my swags even on both sides. So sometimes I play with it just a little bit, and then I will just add on some pit berries and then some ranunculus flowers that I got at Walmart. I will zip tie everything together, and then I'm going to make a bow to put in the middle. I'll just hot glue the wreath to the tag, just wherever the wreath touches the tag, so that it will hold well there. I will do the same thing with the heart. I will just hot glue it to the fur part of the wreath. Then I will attach the words, and my wreath project is coming together very nicely. I make sure that I leave enough room at the top for my swag, and then I will make my bow. I will just hot glue wherever the stems or the leaves kind of touch the tag. And I think that holds nicely, but you know, wire would also be a good option if you want to drill some holes and attach it with wire. But I think just this hot glue is going to do quite nicely. So then I'm going to make a bow for my little swag, and I just have this gray and white checkered ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I just make a 2-loop bow and then use my tiny attacher by stapling it in the middle. So now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to make this little bow. This black and white polka dot ribbon is from Sam's Club many years ago when they were offering the summer ribbon. And this black and white striped ribbon is from Craft Outlet. This lace and pink ribbon I did get last year. In 2019, I got it from the 99-cent store, and first time to be using it, so I'm excited about that. But anyway, I just cut off about, I don't know, 9 inches, 8 or 9 inches, and I just dovetailed the ends because I'm just going to crisscross them and then intertwine them in my bow. For my last project, I am using one of these frames from the Dollar Tree, these little shadow box frames, and I just take it out of the frame and then cut off the jute and take off the clothespins and just remove the paper. And then I'm going to use the same specialty pink and glitter paper that I used on my love letters, and I just trace that out and then attach that with my adhesive tape glider to the cardboard. And then I have these little letters that I got at Walmart. They're actually kind of like the Scrabble tiles. And then I am just going to spell out the words, "You're still the one." And I thought that I would have enough room to spell out you are. Um, Still, and then the one at the bottom, but I didn't have enough room. So I ended up changing it, my letters to YOUR, still the one. And too bad I cannot play the Shania Twain music because I know that it's copyrighted, but that is the sweetest love song. And that is exactly how I feel about my husband, because he will forever be my Valentine and he is still the one. So I know some of you spelling teachers or those of you that figured out that is not how you spell you are, Tracy. That is right. I filmed this entire little segment with those letters on there like that. Did not realize it. It did not click to me until I was editing my video and thinking, something is not right. Something just doesn't look right. And so it just dawned on me. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is not how you spell you are. And it's YOU apostrophe RE. And so since I had already had those letters, glued down, I was thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So what I did is I just went and just used the tiles you are and just playing on the conversation heart kind of feel of it, kind of like, you rock, you're cool, that kind of thing. And so just play along with me as I, just messed up there and just kind of showed y'all my boo-boo. Anyway, so I needed something to fill that little hole at the top where I didn't have enough space. So I just have just some short ribbons here that I put all together, and I'm just going to make a little messy bow here, and then I will glue that to the top of the little corner. And then I have a couple of felt flowers that I made a long time ago. I don't know if I have a video on how to make felt flowers. These have got to be like 5 years, if not more, years old. And so I know that there's probably tutorials of other felt flowers and that kind of thing. Anyway, so I just pulled these out of my stash and just glued them right in the middle. And we're good to go. And I'm so glad that I caught this before I got embarrassed and got some really nasty comments. I probably am going to get some comments that say that is not how you spell you are, but I am going on the conversation heart feel of it, and that is how I am going to spell it for me and my husband's photo frame. I just embellished the other three corners with some of those glass vase fillers, just cutting those little styrofoam balls in half and just hot gluing them there in the corners. All right, so here is the picture, and I'm so glad that I was able to correct it before the video went up, because I know I would have gotten some comments, and sometimes comments you just can't, you can't let some comments go. Anyway, thank you for your positive comments and for your continued support of everything that I do. If you make any of these, if you recreate any of these, please join me over in the Country Charm Crafty community and follow me on Facebook, pin this on Pinterest, tag me on Instagram, all the good stuff. All right, guys, we'll talk to you very soon. God bless.